Hello.
How's Kelly
Um, yeah, he's back home, um, and I think he's doing okay. Pretty traumatic incident, all those things, but he is home resting um, fairly comfortably, and it's kind of where we are right now. I think he's gonna be back kind of to join with the team to be observing practice, et cetera, by about Tuesday. I think we're gonna have about a week go by before we kind of reevaluate where he's at, and then we'll probably know a little better where he is and what the timeline looks like. But that's where we are right now.
What was last night like for all of you as you find out the news? I mean, like you said, traumatic for Kelly, but I
Yeah,
imagine really scary for
I mean, I
everybody.
think I think that um, it's certainly you're at home Saturday. I think I was watching a game, and it gets it's always kind of, first of all, it's shocking. You get the news and what happened, and you're at a stage of, well, where is he's getting at the hospital, and you're trying to get the information about how bad is it and how much has happened, all that kind of stuff. So I think that when you get through some of that, and then you get the next update that it's looking like it, there's stages of how bad you think it's going to be, and then at the end you're kind of saying, surely could have been much worse, right? So I think that was kind of the rhythm of last night, and then you get to today, and he's at least home, and again, not as bad as maybe feared at the beginning. So you're thankful for that.
For a player that's only been with this group for a couple of months, the guys have really warmed up to
Yeah.
him super quickly, and I
Yeah.
think so have we even.
Yeah.
What has he meant to the group so far?
Yeah, I mean, he's been, I mean, certainly he's played, very well, and really just kind of gone about his job, right? He's when we signed him, we said, well, we kind of thought we needed the athleticism at the wing, and certainly has a scoring, aspect to his game, and a competitive aspect to his game. So I just think he's kind of been very businesslike. He comes in, he practices hard, plays hard, is a likable personality, as you mentioned, and all that stuff. And I know that a lot of the guys were, reached out immediately, and all those kind of things. And I mean, I talked to Kelly earlier this afternoon. He said the amount of love he got from the team was awesome, and all that stuff. So yeah, he's kind of been fun to be around, that's for sure.
From a basketball standpoint, how do you kind of make up for that loss with starting spot?
Yeah, so we move Nick Batum into his starting spot. I would imagine we've been using Covington, but Covington probably takes some of those minutes. We may see, there's still Furk and House there as well, kind of at that wing position that we could possibly see, and I would imagine we'll see all those guys today and just see how it goes.
Nick, you brought up the word traumatic. Obviously, the physical recovery is a big part of it, but I guess mentally, do you have any kind of gauge on where Kelly's at, and what
Yeah.
kind of resources can you provide him just to bounce back from an accident?
Yeah, I mean, he sounds pretty good mentally, right? For considering, to me, like, he's kind of like, I'll be back before you know it, type of attitude. So I think that's a great place to start from him. Yeah.
Challenging as a coach to go through something like that with your team and then have to play a game within 24 hours.
Well, it's a little bit, it's a little bit unexpected, right? So that's the thing that, guys get hurt in a game. They kind of like, well, or maybe somebody has an illness or something. That kind of stuff pops up. You don't see this one, very often. But I think that, I mean, I guess I'm always trying to say to you guys, we're gonna see, we'll see with it how it affects us going forward. But hopefully we'll we'll pull together and try to get him a W today.
Nick, how much does this put things in perspective? About we think of you guys as basketball players and everything, but
Yeah. I mean, my kind of thoughts were is that my first initial thoughts is really, he's a guy that was kind of, we picked him up late, was just kind of sitting there that probably surprisingly didn't have much of a free agent summer. So, and then he comes in here and has everything grooving. Probably, I even saw somewhere, maybe it was last night, that he played in the best basketball of his career, right? So like really too bad, really too bad that he's kind of been on such a upward trend and probably heading for a good season and all that stuff. So it puts that, that's kind of a bummer to me. Like, for it to happen to him, a guy that's been, kind of needed a break, and he was getting one, and he was doing everything he could to give himself a break, and then to have that happen. So that puts it a little bit in perspective as well. But on the other side of it, you're right. There's all kinds of things going on out there, everybody individually, for all of us, right? We gotta still, it's kind of the beauty of what we do is you get to come here and kind of forget about anything that's going bad and go to work and be with your teammates and do stuff, and hopefully we can do that today.
When and how did you get the news? I would imagine it's jarring to get that call or text or email or however.
Yeah, I mean, I was just at home, and I was pretty locked in with just hanging out, and we had a couple games going on, and I mean, I had several missed calls, and so I, from the key people that you figured something was up, right? When I picked up my phone, and several missed calls from Simon and several from Daryl. So that's how I got it.
What stands out to you about the Pacers? You get ready to play them twice.
Pardon me?
What stands out to you about the Pacers?
Well, yeah, geez, they're obviously their pace and number of guys they're playing that are contributing and scoring, and again, I said this yesterday in our press after practice, is it's like a lot of guards coming in waves, like 6, 7, 8 guards coming at you, flying up the floor, all of them putting it on the deck and getting to the paint and kicking it out, and a lot of guys playing with a ton of confidence. They're playing at, I mean, there's teams you say, oh, they're playing fast. These guys are playing fast with purpose and with the results. Like when they get it up the floor, they're scoring quick and with high efficient shots, and there's a number of guys doing it. And I said yesterday, yeah, some teams are playing fast, but these guys can do it because of their depth, right? They're just 4 guys in, playing super fast for 4 minutes, and all of a sudden 4 more guys are in, playing super fast for 4 or 5 minutes, and going from there. And it'll be a tempo, getting our defense set up, trying to keep the ball in front of us game today.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks everybody. Enjoy the game.